Good morning everybody from Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport's Terminal 1. My name is Hugo and today I'm going to be taking a flight aboard one of Qantas Boeing 737s from here in Melbourne up to Sydney in economy class. So without further ado, come along, let's check in and see what's different. Now inside the terminal, online check-in was easy and so was bag drop. I still don't like the kiosks though because you can't get boarding passes. I noticed after doing online check-in that the aisle seat seems to have been blocked, which is cool. Another pre-flight thing is they've also updated the onboard experience thing on the app, so it now shows the aircraft registration and the power outlet type among other things, which is cool. Security was also a breeze. Now SI, let's take a quick look at the Qantas Club. Not going to go through it much today, but I have access thanks to my Qantas Gold status. The lounge was pretty much just as usual, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just going to have a snack or a little bit of breakfast and then grab a coffee to go. The coffee was solid. They're doing some renovations or something, so there's an interesting temporary exit. Now I rushed to the gate a bit, only to see that our plane isn't at the gate yet. It would have been nice to know that before we left the lounge, but oh well.
Aircraft to be towed onto this gate. Once we do have the aircraft on bay, we will need to do the mandatory security and safety checks before we can have your boarding. So a few minutes delayed here. I do apologise for that.
It's getting towed over now after not too long, but our plane's been here since yesterday, so I'm not sure what happened there. My ride to Sydney on this occasion will be Victor Hotel Victor Zulu Yankee, a 2012 built Boeing 737-838, which was delivered new to Qantas. This aircraft is named Temora after a town in New South Wales. It's also equipped with split scimitars, which Qantas has started fitting them onto some of their 737s, since a lot of them are still going to be around for a while longer.
Please take a moment to check your boarding pass for your group number.
Looks like there's a lot of people in Group 1.
Thank you. How are you doing, sir?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thanks. I accidentally boarded the wrong way. I should have boarded using the stairs. Whoops.
Yeah, because the aircraft was late to the game, so yeah. It's all right. But we're on here now. Yeah, we'll get out as close to 7:15 as possible. Sounds good.
Welcome on board one of Qantas 737-800s featuring 12B/E Aerospace Millennium seats in a 2-2 configuration. This is followed by 162B/E Aerospace Innovator 2 seats in economy class in a 3-3 configuration. This aircraft is equipped with seatback entertainment screens and also the Boeing Sky Interior. My seat for this flight will be 27A. Now let's take a quick look at the seat features. Legroom's okay for a short flight, it's about 30 inches. There's a seat back pocket containing some literature, and also a standard tray table, which is adjustable back and forth but you can't fold it. There's an in-flight entertainment screen which is adjustable. It's not particularly big, but it's just a short flight. There are some controls on the in-flight entertainment screen. Next to the entertainment screen there's a USB-A port. These seats do have double seat back padding. There's also a headrest adjustable both vertically and on the sides.
Leading the team today in the main cabin is Trish on behalf of Captain Anthony McFadden. First Officer Henry Butner and your entire cabin crew team, it is my pleasure to welcome you on board Qantas Flight 412 to Sydney. We'd also like to welcome back our Qantas and One World frequent flyers. Please place any larger
on the armrest you'll find some controls for the in-flight entertainment screen. I think that's what that is. There's also a universal power socket, and the overhead panels do feature individual adjustable air vents. Also the recline's just standard. It's quite warm on board during boarding. I think they might have only just turned the packs on. Also the flight's been officially delayed 15 minutes for departure and 5 for arrival.
Hi, and welcome to my magic place. Welcome to Qantas.
You're in a Qantas Boeing 737.
It's now time for pushback, about 8 minutes behind schedule.
We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
You'll find your life jacket under your seat, next to it, or in the leg rest, and a whistle and light. And remember, only inflate your life jacket after you leave the aircraft.
Lights will guide you to your exits. Your crew members are pointing them out now. It's located in your seat pocket
back is upright.
By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far and you'd like to see more like it, and I don't mean just Qantas 737 videos, I do post other things, then please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me and the channel out so much, and it'd be very much appreciated. But if you don't want to, that's completely okay.
Lauren and team like to welcome aboard Qantas 412, this Boeing 737 service from Melbourne to Sydney. Once we get to cruising altitude of 35,000 feet, expecting generally smooth flying conditions. However, do suggest when overseas, keep your seatbelt fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have a flight time today of 56 minutes. We'll get back to you prior to sending into Sydney with an update on the weather and arrival time. In the meantime, enjoy the Qantas service. Thank you.
It's now time for takeoff on runway 27. The window at this seat's very scratched.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened. Simply follow the prompts on the welcome on board screen to enjoy. We are here to make your flight more comfortable.
Now before the in-flight service, let's take a quick look at the in-flight entertainment screen. It's just as expected, not very responsive, but at least still usable, which isn't a given. From memory, the selection is pretty decent. I think Qantas display their selection online, but there's hardly time to watch something on this flight anyway. The Wi-Fi is working, with download speeds of, according to speed test, 12 megabits per second. It's not particularly quick, but it's free, and so I'll definitely take it.
You should now return to your seats and fasten seatbelts. Ciabatta, we should have tea, coffee, juice, water and soft drinks available. We hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Breakfast is served. On this occasion, it's a ham and egg ciabatta, as well as a bottle of water and a drink of your choice. I went for an orange juice. There's also tea, coffee and apple juice on offer. I think you could get soft drinks too if you wanted. The ciabatta was quite tasty, one of the best things served on this flight, I think. Something I was interested to see was if on the exact same flight number, the meal service actually differs on these flights from Melbourne to Sydney. Like if you actually get served the same dish every time. And it turns out you don't. I took this exact same flight in May and was served a spinach and ricotta wrap. So it's nice to see that they do actually rotate things.
Are in the overhead lockers or underneath the seat in front of you?
The moderate northerly breeze and a temperature currently of 23 degrees Celsius. Subject to air traffic control, expect to be landing at approximately 8:50. We have had a slight slowdown from that this morning. Finally, on behalf of Captain Anthony McFadden and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for flying Qantas today. Look forward to seeing you next time you choose to travel. Thank you and good day.
I was able to see on Flight Radar 24 that we hadn't been slowed down as much as some other flights, which is nice because you can get slowed down a decent amount coming into Sydney. As we descend into Sydney, please allow me to conclude this flight with Qantas. Bag drop and security in Melbourne was quick and easy. The lounge was as expected, so decent, nice to get something to eat and a coffee before the flight. Would have been nice if we knew about the delay a bit earlier so that we could have stayed in the lounge. But it was only another 15 minutes or so not a big deal. I don't know why the plane wasn't already there, because it had been at the airport for 14 hours or something. Anyway, once underway, boarding was good, done by groups. The thing that wasn't great though, was me boarding the wrong way, but that's my bad. The seat isn't very spacious, but it's comfy and the features are great for a 1 hour flight. The Wi-Fi is nice to have even if it's not super fast. In-flight service was great, with a nice hot snack and drinks. There was a bit of turbulence on this flight. The cabin crew have been pretty friendly, but nothing out of the ordinary really. So overall, a good flight with Qantas. Nothing remarkable other than the delay. But it's funny this would happen today, because normally Melbourne to Sydney with Qantas seems to either be on time or cancelled, and I picked Qantas today in part due to them often being on time, since I have a non-connecting flight just 3 hours after I land in Sydney. And an international flight too. It was on T-Way to Seoul. A trip report about which is already out on my channel, so feel free to check that out if you like. Also the ILC, which at one point was blocked, ended up being taken by, I think it was an off-duty Qantas pilot. We'll soon pull into the gate about 23 minutes behind schedule, but for now please enjoy the rest of the approach and landing on Sydney Kingsford Smith International Airport's runway 34 right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sydney. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has switched off the seatbelt sign. Please take care when opening the overhead lockers, as your luggage may have moved during the flight. On behalf of all of us here at Qantas and One World, thank you for choosing to fly with us. If you're visiting Sydney, we hope you enjoy your stay, and of course to those returning, welcome home. Thank you and good morning.
I'd like to take this time now to thank you all so much for watching this video. I'd also like to thank all of my incredible Patreons for helping to make these videos possible. Their support is truly so much appreciated, and I couldn't do what I do without them, so thank you so much to them.
Disarm doors and cross-check.
Once again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you on my next one next Saturday at 5 PM Melbourne time.